Hi guys, I'm Andy, and I'm really sorry that the video quality is so bad. But anyways, there's something that's been bothering me, and it's something that should really bother all of us because it affects all of us. And that's, there's thousands of people out there, millions almost, that feel like life can't get better. That, the way things are is just how they're always going to be. And, things can't get better and they're just going to stay as bad as they are. Well, the only reason I know this is because, I've been one of those people before. And it's hard, you know. But it wasn't until I met somebody special who really told me what I needed to hear. And that's something that I think everybody needs to hear at least once in their life. But a lot of people, they don't have somebody to tell them that. And what I'm talking about is the phrase, it gets better. Because it does. I haven't always had the best of lives. I got bullied from the time I was in preschool to now. Even now I still get bullied. Mostly because I dress weird and because I act weird and talk about things that people don't normally talk about. And but even still, it's taken me so long to realize that it doesn't matter. And it really doesn't. And like I said, it wasn't until I found somebody special that I realized that. Now this person, we met each other in a time of our lives where we needed somebody the most. He's transgendered, and unless you're transgendered yourself, or you have a transgendered friend or family, you can't really understand how scary and how lonesome that can be, especially when your parents and your friends don't support you in it. Like his parents and friends don't. And amongst all that, he had found out that his girlfriend had cheated on him. Now me, I was in love with my best friend, and she had told me time and time again that it just wasn't gonna work out. She didn't feel the same way, and that really hurt because I was really in love with her. But despite all that, and I mean there was other things in my life, but despite all of that, we somehow found the courage and strength to tell each other, hey, look, it gets better. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but we both believed each other. Even though so many people in our lives, at least in mine, had told me, hey, Andy, it gets better. It really does. My sister, she told me all the time, hey, it may seem like it's really bad right now, but it's gonna get better. I never believed her, or anybody else for that matter. So to believe this person, it was kind of weird. But I realized that he was right. It does get better. It doesn't seem like it because it takes time, but it does get better. And that's really what I want to tell you guys. That, it may seem like your life's pretty bad right now, but it gets better. And it doesn't matter what you're going through, whether it's a divorce or maybe you're trying to find yourself. No matter what, it gets better. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who don't have anybody to tell them that. And, they have to go through life pretty much alone. I think that's really horrible. And, I just want you all to know that it does get better, even if it doesn't seem like it. Yeah. And, I mean, it's great for me to say that, I've been there and I know how it is, all that. And I know that there's a lot of you out there who are going to be like, she's lying. She hasn't been through what I'm going through. And I can tell you that I actually have. From the time that I started pre-kindergarten to even now as a senior in high school, I've gotten bullied. And it was almost always about how I looked. I never wore, the latest trends, mostly because we couldn't afford them. And, as you can see, I'm pretty heavy set. And I've always been fat. I'm not afraid to say it, I'm fat. And, kids, when they're young, they don't they don't understand that that's just how you are. And so I got bullied for it. And it wasn't until I hit junior high that I found out that it wasn't okay. But, in that, I don't want to say it never bothered me, because it did. But I never realized that you're not supposed to be bullied. Okay, that's bad wording. It's not okay to be bullied. And it really isn't. Even now, like I said, I do get bullied. Mostly because I don't really look like a girl. And I don't act like a girl at all, 90% of the time. And, I dress in weird ways, And I talk about weird things like anime in Japan, because those are two things I absolutely adore. But, you shouldn't be bullied for who you are. And when you're trying to find yourself at the same time, it can get really, really rough. Ninth grade, like I said, I fell in love with my best friend who was a girl. It was my first crush on a girl, and I didn't know what the fuck to do. Because, I didn't know anybody who was that way. I didn't know that it was okay. I just knew that it wasn't normal. And in a time where all I was trying to be was normal, it was hard. It was really hard. But, I got through it, thankfully. But not without some tears. And when I say some tears, I mean a lot of tears. It was really hard, I kind of had to go through it alone almost. Thankfully, the girl who I fell for, my best friend, she was willing to help me. She was willing to say, hey, this is normal. I'm that same way too. I like guys too, but, and it's really hard. But you always have to keep telling yourself, hey, it's gonna get better. Because it does. It gets so much better. But see, the thing is that there are so many people out there who either never hear that, or they hear, it gets better, and they don't believe it. And so they commit the most ultimate of ultimate crimes. And the most horrible. And they take their own lives. And it's so sad. It's so sad that people have to feel so depressed. And they have to feel like they're so worthless that nobody will mind if they're gone. And 99.9% of the time they're right. Or they're not right, they're wrong. there are people who miss them. You know, I don't remember if I said this, but in my school, in the 3 years that I've been there, we've had 3 suicides. And I can tell you right now that those 3 suicides, they rocked my school. And not in a good way. You know, people who didn't even know them were crying. Because maybe they knew somebody who did. And it was just so sad that somebody so unique and one of a kind had to feel so depressed and worthless that they had to take their own lives. And it's so horrible. I want to share a poem with you guys that I wrote. It was actually inspired by 2 songs that I absolutely adore. It Gets Better by Todrick and the song It Does Get Better by the L Project. And I have a link to both of them in the description. So yeah, the poem is called It Gets Better. And I hope that you guys listen to it and believe every word that I say, because all of it is true. So here I go. To you, dear child, who cowers in fear, nothing left but a soul tear. To you, dear child, hoping to end the strife with the sharp end of a knife. To you, dear child, I want you to know, you are not alone. For I know the pain you bear, the love that has seemed to elude you, and I'm here to tell you that when their sneers block your vision, their words cut into your soul. When all is lost and nothing is left, just remember, it gets better. From one broken soul to another, it gets better. When you're beaten, bloody, and down, love will find a way and bring you back around. To the girl who loves other girls, to the boy who loves other boys. The girl who wishes she was a boy, the boy who wishes he was a girl. The girl who loves boys and girls, the boy who loves girls and boys. The girl who doesn't know the boy out on his own. The person who isn't sure if they are boy or girl. The child who does nothing wrong but feels the sting of that hand. The kid who fears going home to just more fights and screaming. From one broken, battered, and scarred soul to another, it does get better. I know, I never believed it myself, but trust me when I say, it gets better. It gets better. So don't give up. Don't give in. Stay strong. Carry on. Smile through the pain and laugh through your tears. Love who is there for you and pity those who aren't. But always, always remember, you are beautiful. You are loved. You are wanted. But not from above. Not yet. They don't understand those who hate you. Pity them for their ignorance, but never stoop to their level. Open your arms, mind, and heart to everyone, because you never know when some kind soul, when someone needs a kind soul the most. And always remember, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words just might kill me. And always remember and never forget, it gets better. So, I hope you guys take my words to heart, and I hope that if you don't have anybody in your life to turn to, if you don't have a shoulder to cry on, that you find one. Because holding everything in, it's just gonna explode in the end. And it shouldn't happen. You should never feel like you need to give up your life. Because somebody was insecure about their own lives. they needed to make your life hell to make their life better. Don't stand for bullying. Don't take it. When you get bullied, report it. You never know. It could make things better. And if it doesn't, find somebody you can count on to be by your side. If you have any questions about, well, anything, go ahead and hit me up here on YouTube. I'm on all the time, so, but, yeah.